Peace and blessings, greetings to everybody. Good morning. At work, I hope this recording, this video meets you in great spirits. Keep God first. Hope you say your prayers and thank the Lord for another 24. Thank God. Be the glory for another great morning here on this beautiful earth. So peace and blessings to everybody. Once again, I'm just here just to give my thoughts on last night's performance um, at the presidential debate. Uh, Kamala Harris versus Donald Trump, uh, the vice president versus the former president. And as you know, this is a long time coming. But they made it happen. Um, I enjoyed the debate. A lot of people thought it was whack. I thought it was. I thought I thought it was okay. It could have been better. I thought Trump. We also have to keep in mind that this is Trump's second presidential debate. He had a debate against the president, the current president, Joe Biden, and that's one thing I want to touch on too, because we got to keep that in mind. But I'll get back to that. Well, going into this debate, I have to be honest. I thought Trump was just gonna wash Kamala. I'm like, man, this is gonna be brutal. But I have to be fair and objective in that that didn't happen. Not that I think Trump didn't do a good job. I just was thoroughly impressed with Kamala's performance, mainly due to the fact that I didn't expect her to perform at the level that she did. But not to say that I thought it was a wash on either end. I just thought that Trump would have obliterated her on that stage. But I gotta be fair and objective. I don't think that it was a wash situation. And I'll tell you why. Um, for one, like I said, Trump, you gotta think about it, has spent millions of dollars preparing to go head up against Joe Biden all the way up until Joe Biden gracefully bowed out the race. So you have your mind set on going at one particular opponent, and then all of a sudden, mid shift, third quarter, okay, they step down. Now you got another opponent, and that opponent is totally different. They have different attributes. Even though she's the vice president, she's a different individual. So you have to, hurry up and get prepared to face them. So we have to keep that in mind, with it being fair and objective. That Kamala, for one, Kamala, I think is the right pronunciation of her name, Kamala. I gotta remember that because I be saying Kamala. Kamala is a female. Um, that plays a part, definitely different than two men sitting up there. So you got to kind of tread the line. You don't want to be too offensive because people already had that narrative about Trump anyway. Well, he, he's rude to women or whatever. So you got to try to keep that in mind at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Just to kind of paint a picture of how he has to, you know, switch mindsets and strategies. Um, but what I will do, I will say this: proper preparation prevents poor performance. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I have to give uh Kamala is that she was very prepared for this debate. You could tell that she got with her team and they coached her, and she did the proper uh, training. And I even heard that she had somebody that looked like Donald Trump that she was, practicing against her talking points and everything. So she was already well prepared. In comparison to Trump, you could just tell like he didn't do much preparation for this debate. He just probably showed up how I figured, like, hey, this gonna be easy breezy. But you never want to estimate your opponent, and always remember that five P's: proper preparation prevents performance. Um, we talk about in a debate. Now, clearly, we got policy that we want to focus on. But in a debate, there are different elements. One is your delivery, how you deliver as a orator, as a speaker, how you your charisma, your cadence, how you handle yourself on the stage. Um, and also one thing that I have to give Kamala is that 75% of communication is nonverbal. Keep that. That's a jewel. That's a gem right there. And she definitely utilized her nonverbal communication. She definitely utilized that. The look she was giving when Trump was speaking, you know what I'm saying? It was just like, okay, she knows that the camera's gonna be on her while he's talking the split screen. If that split screen wasn't there, I guarantee you a lot of people wouldn't have thought that think that she won, because I don't think that she necessarily won the debate. I think it was pretty much neck and neck, and I'll tell you why. But uh, I think that she utilized her nonverbal communication masterfully. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I would encourage everybody, because watching it live, you get that initial reaction. But what I did, because it was a lot of information, it was a lot of things that was thrown at both these candidates. I went back and I did a second listen, and that's when policy came into play, because now I could really hear. Well, I'm over the theatrics. I'm over the nonverbal communication. Now, the second time, I encourage everybody to go listen to it a second, maybe even a third time, fourth or fifth, because there was a lot being said that I missed the first time, just paying attention to the initial reaction. When I went back and listened again, I said, "Oh no, Trump hands down got that on his talking points." She used her cadence, her delivery, and her nonverbal communication. She aced it. Trump was up there, he looked kind of grumpy, you know. He did, you know what I'm saying? Like he should have been a little bit more charismatic when she was throwing her little shots and digs for the nonverbal communication aspect of it, and the cadence and delivery. You want to be, you want to look, um you want to look like you're not phased by the antics, the nonverbal. So, but when I went back that second time and listened to it, I would say the second time around, I'm like, nah, man. His talking points and everything that he was very clear and everything. So on that aspect, I give it to Trump. Kamala did put a better performance. And also note this, she is she was a former prosecutor. So that helped her with her performance. Because this is politics. So you got to be able to perform at a high level. And I think she really leaned on her being a former prosecutor, and she was like, they know how to make you defensive, get you in a defensive state where you're focused on defending yourself instead of sticking to your talking points. The former prosecutor, yeah, she reached in that bag last night. So, I'm over here, voices for the voiceless. We fair and objective. This is just my thoughts. Don't get mad at me, but this is how I'm seeing it down the middle. And I might go back and listen to it a third time, just three third time a charm, they say. But and this is gonna be a quick video just to get this in and out. Um, yeah, so you just never want to underestimate your opponent. You never want to underestimate your opponent. And I think that Trump kind of underestimated her. I did too. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think that she would perform, as well. But her talking points, when you go back and listen, they were all right. But when on policy, and that's what we got to stand on, I give it to Trump. You know what I'm saying? All the performance. I do would like to see. I see um, Kamala is in favor of a second debate. I think that that is necessary, and I think that that would be, what Trump should get a hold of this video. It just, put on a better delivery. You know what I'm saying? That would be my uh, suggestion to Trump. But also the biasness of the platform. So we got to keep that in mind too. You know what I'm saying? Because MSNBC is everybody knows it's a leftist platform. So they were definitely catering and leading the questions in Kamala's uh favor. So that was definitely a thing. Um, but yeah, man, I'm looking forward to part two. Um, thought it was very interesting for part one. Hopefully they can make part two happen. Because keep in mind, presidential elections, there's normally three, you know, uh there's normally three debates for a presidential election. And I know, everybody's tripping off the part where Trump said that there were people in Ohio and they eating the cats and the dogs and everybody. That was bogus because those are real reports that were given. You have people that are at city council meetings that were speaking and saying this. This ain't nothing that he pulled out the thin air. You know what I'm saying? This is something that was reported. And you had citizens sitting up there saying this was happening. They talk about, oh, somebody told me that they were hand selected racist people saying that. No, you had black people saying that too. So I mean, if that was reported and it was fake news, then so be it. But that wasn't nothing that he pulled out the thin air, respectfully. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was very biased for the reporter, no, but for the mediator, not to be like, well, I know you may thought this, but we have something from the mayor saying that that's not true. However, we got the mayor versus the citizens. Who do you believe? Time will reveal. But yeah, I got to get up out of here. I only got so much recording time, and I don't want to go over my time for the month. And we're gonna be going live more because this is these recordings are pretty much done. But yeah, man, God bless. I appreciate it. Hopefully, you guys enjoy my breakdown on it. I give it, pretty much 55 to 45 in Trump's favor due to my second go around and listening to the policy, but it was close. I could see how people saying Kamala won. I can see how people say Trump won. I mean, it wasn't no blowout on either end for this debate. But let's get a two, and hopefully maybe even a three. All right. But God bless y'all. Voices for the voices. We love y'all, and enjoy the rest of your beautiful Wednesday. We out.